What ho, HEMA lovers, Brigadier here. Today I'm going to talk to you about a bit of HEMA Science. What does the old Brigadier know about science? You say, well, I'm a bit of a boffin, don't you know? Yes. Now, I get lots of letters because people want to know what I think about certain things. They want to know my point of view. And I've got a letter just the other day from young Harry Hohenweg from Melbourne. Here it is, look, he's done it in his little coloured pencils. And it says, and I'll read it, "Dear Brigadier, I told Nanny that sword cuts were harder in the southern hemisphere because of Coriolis Force. She told me that Coriolis Force sounded like it was invented by a stinky garlic-eating Frenchman, and that I was a wicked boy for reading about foreigners and their beastly practices. I think Nanny is a ghastly old oik who knows nothing about anything fun like football, science or war. Please tell me that I'm right and she's not, so that I can torment her. I want to grow up to be just like you and kill commoners and nasty foreigners. Your friend, Harry. P.S. I drew a picture of you chopping off Nanny's head." By Jove, there we go, look, there it is. Pommy soul, yes. By Jove, cop that, Nanny. Yes, looks like a good sort, that Nanny. Yes, now, Now, young Harry. Now, I think you're being a bit harsh to young Nanny. Yes, we all know that Frenchmen and other chaps like that do engage in perverse sexual practices about which decent men can only speculate. But, you know, some of them do have a good idea about things like science. And so I'm going to tell you about jolly old Coriolis Force and just how it works and tell you about what's going on. Now, we all know that we live on the Earth. And it's round, sort of like that. And we've got the equator, and if you're standing at the equator, then you go once around the Earth 25,000 miles every day. And if you're standing at the North Pole, or indeed the South Pole, down near where you live, young Harry, then all you do every day is you do that. Right, so what's it mean? Well, if you're going a lot faster here than you are here, then if you're standing here and you throw something to the north, it's going to be going a lot faster than the place it's going to. So it's going to veer off to the right. And if you throw something down here, it'll be going faster than the place it's going to. So it'll veer off, this time it'll veer off to the left. But it doesn't stop there, you know, because if you're here and you throw something towards the equator, it'll be going slower than the equator that it's moving to. So again, it'll veer off to the left. And if you're in the northern hemisphere and you throw something from a slower area to a faster area like the equator, again, it'll lag behind the equator and veer off to the right. So wherever you are, if you're in the northern hemisphere, things veer off to the right, and in the southern hemisphere, things veer off to the left. That's how Coriolis Force works. And some jolly smart Frenchman in between his bizarre acts in bed and whatever claptrap they get up to and those horrid things they eat, he came up with that jolly sensible idea. Now, what's it have to do with HEMA, you say? Well, as you so rightly pointed out, it means that if we swing a cut in the southern hemisphere, it's going to be going faster. If it's a mandritter or a downright blow, it's going to hit harder. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, your reverso is going to hit harder. So you're half right, young Harry, but you're half wrong. Right. Now, we all know that in science, it's jolly important to test what you're doing. And the proper way that you test things in science is with a double-blind experiment. So that's what we're going to show you, and we've got a couple of chaps standing by to do a double-blind experiment to see whether downright blows are harder in the southern hemisphere and whether reversi are harder in the northern hemisphere. Right, well, let's watch that then. yellow, son. Right-ho. Well, that proves that then. Nothing like a bit of scientific accuracy and rigour to get you going in the morning. Now, so, young Harry, Coriolis Force. Cuts are harder, downright blows are harder in the southern hemisphere, and reversi are harder in the northern hemisphere. So you can take that away and tell Nanny, and if she's still got a problem, tell her to come and see the Brigadier. I think we see eye to eye on a great number of things. All right, that's it, that's it. Off with you, off with you. Yes, well, I'll be off then.